good point highlighted by Dr. Harsha, the need of fiscal policy. Because investors will attract or they will come to do some investment if the government fiscal policy is reliable them to invest on the project. So that is the major issue what we are facing, not only for the transport sector, all the sectors. If you look the number of applications in the queue at the Sustainable Energy Authority to get the approval for the renewable energy projects, you will realize where the bottlenecks are there, right? Because we in Sri Lanka we have plenty of rules and regulations, policies we have, but those are not support to go for the development with a quick decision making even to the officer, because we can't say the Director General of SCA to sign overnight the application. Even in the BY projects, how the investors, they go behind with the officers and the politicians to get the approval for the implementing the project. Because there are in some of the regulations, we don't have any flexibilities to take a decision. So that is one of the major issue what as a public servant, government officer, what I observed as a barrier to the development of our country. So now we discuss. Because as you are professionals in the private sector, we need to get you the idea, as he correctly said, what we should do for get the attraction of the investors to go, to install some renewable energy, maybe solar, maybe wind power. So according to the action plan of the Sustainable Energy Authority, they go for a 70% renewable energy, that is the potential in the country to go by 2030. But the government institutions, they don't have money to invest on that. What I believe, we can't achieve 50%. From the government sector, we can't achieve 50% of that actually. So definitely we need to get the support from the private parties, that may be from the foreign direct investment or by the local, national, the investors, we can invite to the national investors to achieve this task. Refer to the EV industry actually, the action, in the action plan, we have given the target to convert or to they are the 10%, yes. 10% of the vehicle fleet to be changed to the EV by 2030. So we need to analyze what will be the energy demand, because always in our country, the service sector, we plan for the supply driven mechanisms, not the demand driven mechanisms. So we need to analyze what will be the demand, then we have to be ready to give the demand to the users or beneficiaries. So this has to be planned by the multidisciplinary team. There should be a social scientist, the economist, the electrical engineers, the planners, to prepare the good plan to the country. That is the shortcomings what I have observed while we work for this preparing the National Transport Action Plan to the country. So according to the information I gathered, so already we have prepared a National Sustainable Development Policy with the strategic plan. But still it is not been published. Some of the experts, they have written it, not published it, but if you go to the website, you can see it. But we have to give some awareness to the public, because they are the people who should give support to implement the policies, projects, programs, and the actions to make it reality, to get the benefit out of the concepts. The other thing is actually the energy sector, energy ministry, as well as the Ceylon Electricity Board, and the LECO and the Sustainable Energy Authority with the Public Utility Commission, they have prepared the several master plans, action plans to achieve the energy demand. It's by 2035, the energy demand is around 8,000 megawatt per day. So it's the big demand. We don't know how we can achieve it. Definitely we should go to the renewable energy sources in addition to the hydropower, because there are only two mega projects we have in the pipeline, the Morogoro powerhouse and the Kumawe powerhouse. Kumawe will contribute 300 megawatts, whereas the Morogoro powerhouse around 100 megawatts. So other than that, we don't have any mega projects for the hydropower generation. So wind power, the 800 megawatt potential is there to go for a wind power during next couple of years. 2,000 megawatts we need to produce by the solar power. So the government should give priority to meet those targets with the assistance of the donor agencies, with the assistance of the private sector investors. I hope the government will consider, because as we are the planners, we are the policy makers, we highlighted everything to the policy decision makers in the political hierarchy. Then the other thing I want to highlight at this forum, the education. It's a very needed one, because when we introduce the electric vehicles to the country, beginning from the technical colleges or vocational training institute, we need to have the middle level technicians to do the maintenance. So we don't have any curriculum, as far as I know. We don't have prepared any curriculums to serve the electric vehicle industry in the country. There are some academia in the universities, those who have followed their masters and the PhDs, but still they don't have practice at our motherland. So we have to think about how we can do it. There are some exceptional cases like Dr. Harsha, right? There are some exceptional cases. Actually, I contacted some of the people to get the information from them to prepare the policies, what's their opinion and how they can guide for us to prepare some documents, because the policy includes the policy principles, the policy statements, policy instruments, policy actions. It's a very big, tedious process to prepare the policies and publish it to implement practice in a country. So we can't do it overnight, we can't do it within a month or 2 months. It will take more than 1 year to introduce the e-policies.
Thank you.